Okay, at this point, we're going to convene the business meeting of the Carver Conservation Commission for November 7th, 2012. Under the order of business, our first item actually is, since it's now 7:19, will be the hearing for the new hearing for Borrego Solar at Zero Purchase Street.
If I may, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
They have requested
they've requested
a continuance, not a continuance. We actually can't open the hearing because they notified the abutters with an
Wrong. That's right, you
incorrect
sent that notice
date.
out.
So they're not even here tonight.
Okay,
and
so,
they're-
and we don't even have to continue it since it
Right,
was
we
illegal.
can't open it, can't talk about it, can't
Yeah.
do anything. So they will renotice the abutters and do a new legal ad.
Okay, so then we have one listed for 7:30, but since it's not 7:30, we will proceed with a little business first. Okay, the agent sent an email out on 120 Cranberry Road regarding the stockpiling. Question, do we want to take further action, that is, issue an enforcement order? Or do we want to wait to get a response to the email first?
And I have to.
See, this is the first item under order business. Sorry.
No, that's okay, I apologize. I have to admit that I was going to go out there today and see, I mean, he may have cleaned it up.
Yeah,
So just to be,
Okay.
fair, you might want to wait. If
all right.
I
So,
can check it tomorrow, if it's still there. That would be
okay.
you guys'
So
call.
for now, the email will suffice. Is there any dissension?
I mean, you could tell me to send one out if it's still there tomorrow. I mean, that's up to you too.
Excuse me, Sarah.
Yes.
Did you request a response in your
Email.
email? Do you remember?
It's right here. It should be in your packet.
Oh,
I actually didn't, and I should have. That's a good point. The thing is, though, that when we were there on November 1st, I mean, we told them that really needs to get cleaned up like
Right.
tomorrow. So this email didn't go out till a few days later. So
Right, well, as I recall, at that meeting, when, and I don't know who it was, said it ought to be cleaned up,
oh, well, you guys didn't
and he
vote on
said
it.
he'll get around to it.
Yeah, you guys didn't vote on that at
No.
the site walk now. I'm sorry.
Which would lead you to believe, and I think somebody said, no, it ought to be cleaned up now. So,
Right. Right.
What is the penalty under the Carver bylaw? Do we know?
I think it's $50 a day. It used to be 300, and I believe we voted it down at town meeting. Oh, and here's the wetlands bylaws right here. Thank you. Okay.
I know with one of the projects, I can't remember which
Yeah,
one.
it's $50
$50
a day. Mhm.
I would say that since this one really doesn't indicate what the penalty would be, it would be my suggestion to the board that a formal letter go out certified to them indicating that this email did go out. If they're not removed by the next time we meet as a board, that we would begin to assess the $50 a day penalty if it's not removed by that date.
Okay.
I would say what the date is now, but I know that there's further business in regards to what we're gonna do for our next meeting, so I don't have a date to suggest, but
Sure.
that would be my suggestion, that a certified letter go out to him, giving him advance notice that the Carver bylaw does allow us to issue a $50 penalty per day.
Okay.
Okay, do we have a second on that motion? To send the letter, such a letter?
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to have the agent send a letter notifying Mr. Jurowitz about our status as far as enforcement of the no stockpiling regulations and our $50 fine that would come into place if it is not cleaned up within the time allotted. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Order, Mr. Chairman, you just violated the open meeting law for notification. Here's a formalized open meeting law violation. Thank you.
Oh, boy, isn't he wonderful.
Okay.
Do you see us as have violated the open meeting law?
I'm not a lawyer, Jim. I think it was pretty
Say
thorough
that's-
on the,
Why we have town council.
Yep,
Yeah.
but on the agenda, we have this listed.
It doesn't matter. I mean, if he take whatever he got and give it to Rick or whoever it goes to, and
Right.
Yep.
it'll be discussed. It's in the minutes what we do, so it's on the agenda. We just, I wouldn't worry about it. It's,
Good, okay.
Yeah.
That's true, there's no point in our discussing.
no,
you know what? It is what it is, so, you know.
Excuse me.
Sage words. Yes,
What was the comment?
that you've just committed an open meeting law violation.
And I guess he served us a ticket. I don't know.
He gave us an open meeting law complaint form.
well, actually, this isn't on the agenda, guys.
Yeah.
So it's probably
Right.
best not to
That's it.
talk
I would
about
just move on
Yes.
to the next order of business.
Yeah.
Okay, next order of business is, the appointments for Matt Rhodes. Did he, do you think he's planning on coming in?
Yeah, let me just be
Okay.
quick with that. I did speak with him. He's actually not ready to come to you guys yet.
Okay.
They're still working on he's working with the USDA on his farm conservation plan. So I think they're downsizing what he was planning to do. So he did say that he'd let us know when he's ready to do that.
Okay. And we have discussion in minutes, but those will probably take some time to look through. Everything else really is going to take time. Under other business, the possible rescheduling of next regular meeting, we could be thinking about that as
Yep.
the meeting goes on. Next scheduled meeting would normally be Wednesday, November 21st. Do we want to cancel that meeting, meet on November 28th, or move our meeting to, just move to next meeting in December 5th? Okay, so let's just pause for a minute, and then we'll open our next hearing.
I think either way is fine, just the cameras. Yeah. Yep.
What?
So who is taking minutes?
I'm trying.
I have some stuff here too, so.
Okay. At this point, notice is hereby given in accordance with the Mass Wetlands Protection Act, Mass General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Carver Wetlands Protection Bylaw that a public hearing will be held at 7:30 p.m. on November 7th, 2012, in Meeting Room 1 at the Carver Town Hall to hear the request for a determination of applicability for Deacon's Cranberry to determine whether the work depicted on plans referenced is subject to the Wetlands Protection Act and whether the area and/or work depicted on plans referenced is subject to the jurisdiction of any municipal wetlands ordinance or bylaw of the town of Carver. Property is located at 4 Old Forge Drive, Carver, Mass. Map 127A, Lot 10. All interested parties are invited to attend.
So Jim?
Yep.
Being a door, I don't know if I can.
Is Judy going to have to recuse herself from this? Which means that we'll lose our
Oh.
quorum.
Lose your quorum.
Oh, goodness. That's really your call, Judy. I mean, if you feel one recuses oneself because one thinks one has a conflict of interest, typically financial conflict of interest, so.
On this rule of necessity, can we need her present to conduct business? And that we don't feel that her,
I don't, the rule of necessity is only supposed to be invoked when there's a legal reason to do so.
yes, but there is, we have to have a quorum. That's the legal reason I see.
No, that's not a legal reason.
Really?
In my opinion. A legal reason would be that, all the town employees will not be paid, or a deadline to file a lawsuit will lapse, or something that's a definite. Duke, you talk to it. It's up to Judy.
Well, no, I mean, Judy definitely has it, but I mean, I sit there and say with a project with these sides, these guys might agree or not. I know it's hard to come out tonight, but I'd rather be safe than sorry and not jeopardize anything,
I understand there's an issue. What is it? Are
Yeah,
you a
yeah,
butter or are you involved with someone else?
She's a Deacon's grower,
Deacon's
Oh,
so,
oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah,
And I didn't realize we
okay.
were gonna have this problem.
that's why I'm saying, and I'm looking and I would assume that's the plant right there, right?
Well, that's the existing conditions, that's not the proposed plan.
But,
So, if you're asking for my suggestion, I'll give it to you, but I think it's your decision. And it does have, so
I
the
think-
conflict has to do with financial issues.
I would think, if it was me, I think that she has a vested interest in it, and I probably wouldn't. We have other commissioners,
I would agree
I'm
with
not.
you, and I think
Yep.
on behalf of Deacon's Cranberries, we would submit to say we'd wait,
Okay.
because I don't want someone to come back and
okay.
waste all your time and energy.
We apologize for you for that.
Yeah.
Like I said, with the earlier weather, we didn't know the power was
I
going
know.
on and off in here, so
No problem.
I think several of the other commissioners probably.
Now, when can we,
So are you requesting a continuance?
can we continue this and
Yeah.
when can we do it next? Because we're trying to get this, we want to file with the planning board next, and so we want to get resolved with the Concom before we go to planning board.
Well, if you would like to,
I mean, I don't know, I'm not trying to take something out of turn, I just wanna let the board know that on the 28th, I'm not gonna be here, be available the 5th, not the 28th.
Okay.
So, if we're looking for a quorum and we don't know we have Dan or Jennifer, it would be two of us that would be out on that.
so if I could suggest something real quick here. I think, Jim, it might be appropriate for you to say that you did read the public notice. Have you recused yourself, Judy?
Well, I will.
Well, if you're gonna do it, you need to do it now.
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay,
recuse
so
myself.
now, Jim, you need to say we can't even open this hearing.
Yes, we can't continue with the opening of this hearing
Yeah.
due to the fact that we have lost our quorum.
Correct, okay. So that's that. And then I think you guys might wanna vote on when the next meeting date is, given what Duke said. I actually won't be able to be here on November 21st, so And it doesn't have anything to
At
do
the
with
date of the
Thanksgiving.
next meeting?
That's our next scheduled meeting. So as I said in the minutes, and it sounds like, I think Duke has a good point. If he's not gonna be here, we don't know about the other two. Maybe we should just make the next meeting December 5th, but, I mean, that's up to you guys.
Is that gonna cause big
I'm gonna
problems?
do it on November 22nd, but I figured you guys.
Oh, wise guy.
I mean, if we're not putting much pain into you guys, then
Yeah,
December
special day.
5th would probably be our best bet.
Today's the 7th, yeah, 21st.
Now, the commission has,
It's a month, and that's the only
the
problem.
commission has been known, though, to, well, see, that's the problem, though. You might not have a quorum at the
Yeah, that's
28th.
right.
And the 28th either.
So here's the thing, we have been known to, and I'm sure people will be fine with actually walking it in advance of.
Sure.
It's not a, you know, it's not a huge project
No.
here, it's nothing complicated,
Can
I'm
we do
sure.
an informal, can I just tell you what the project is, and then you can go look at the site? I won't,
Well, we can't do that.
Can't even
'cause
do an
I don't have a
informal-
quorum for you, no.
not asking for a decision, though, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to.
no, we procedurally, we can't do that.
All right,
But we can,
well, you got the drawings.
we have the drawings, and we can assure you that we can walk this in advance. We've done that before.
Okay.
So we're not talking about a complex project, so.
So,
So did you guys vote on when your next meeting is?
No, we haven't.
28th or the 5th. I vote for the 28th. If that means anything, but go ahead, whatever you can do.
Well,
it looks
again,
like-
you're gonna risk a quorum.
Yeah, so I think we better go to the 5th.
I make a motion to continue our November 21st meeting to December 5th. Our next, is that our next scheduled meeting, Sarah?
Yes.
To our next scheduled meeting.
Yes,
Yeah, I'll
first
second-
Wednesday.
I'll second it.
Is the
Be
phrasing
same
to
time,
continue
7:30.
that, is that the phrasing continue or merely to,
That's why I can't.
to cancel our November 21st meeting and hold our next meeting as of December 5th?
Right, that would be the motion, to cancel your November 21st meeting.
So I'd make a motion to start with. I'll make a motion to cancel our November 21st meeting.
So I can't vote anyway. I'm
She can't
recused.
vote. She can't second it because she's recused.
No, we've moved on, that
No, we
issue is.
moved on. We're voting on the canceled
Okay.
meeting. So I just made a motion to cancel the November 21st meeting. That's all I'm doing.
Okay, so I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to cancel the November 21st meeting. All those in favor, please say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Any opposed? Pass unanimously.
Then I make a motion to I can't, we just put it on the agenda, right? We can't even continue that meeting, can we?
Just hold our next regular meeting at December 20.
Well, we don't need a motion for that. That's already scheduled, but we don't do anything with his meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
We're all
That's
set.
your normal meeting is the
Right,
first
okay,
Wednesday?
that's true.
Yep, first
We
and
don't need a
third.
motion.
Same time, same station?
Absolutely, that works.
Thank you.
To be announced.
Thank you, Wayne, for your patience.
Maybe it won't rain next time.
Yeah,
It'll probably snow.
yeah,
I know.
No, thanks.
Which is lucky when we're
Thank
getting
you.
that.
yeah, they did.
It'll be wonderful.
What's the date of the next meeting? 21st?
The next meeting, December 5th.
December 5th.
Our next meeting is November 21st. We canceled the November 21st meeting.
That's the one I want to be sure of.
Yeah, we're going to December. I'm gonna write it on the calendar.
And then the next scheduled meeting is December 5th, so we don't have to even reference it. We just cancel the meeting, that's all.
Well, I thought it was a good idea.
Is the next one canceled? The
and-
next
and
one's
in the-
getting
in the-
continued, correct?
On the agenda, it says to decide between the 28th and 5th, so.
Jim? The
Sorry.
next one getting continued, right? QB, the continued hearing?
Uh-huh.
We continue that one again, correct?
Yes.
So I can make a motion to continue that?
Right.
Yeah, but Jim should maybe introduce it first.
Okay, shall we, yes. Okay, we'll move to our old business, which is continued hearing on 120 Cranberry Road, QBI Homes, Inc., DEP number SE 126-493. For a notice of intent.
So, Mr. Chair, they have requested a continuance until our next meeting as well.
So I make a motion to continue the 120 Cranberry Road, QBI Homes, Inc., hearing until December the 5th, our next scheduled meeting.
Okay, I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded to continue the 120 Cranberry Road, QBI Homes, Inc., hearing to December 5th. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Pass unanimously.
Alrighty.
We done the minutes? We do any of the minutes?
What are we doing with the minutes?
So we'll just give this to Mr. LaFawn, this open meeting law questions, and he can look it over.
Yeah, you can give it to me and I'll give it to
Yeah,
him.
okay. I don't see an awful lot of validity in it. I suppose there may be technicalities.
Thank you.
Sorry. So, feeling that, I suppose discuss some of our other little business here. Shall we, okay. So that's taken care of. What did we decide on 120 Cranberry Road?
December 5th.
What do you mean, Jim?
What did we decide to send another letter to him, notifying him about the actual finding and so on and so forth for turtles?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
A motion was made and seconded, and you guys voted to ask me to do that.
Okay, right. Letter to be sent, yeah. I didn't take my notes on it.
You doing your own minutes?
Well, I just want, no, I like write the notes next to the item so I know what was done on it.
I'm just kidding.
And I'm busy talking, and can't do write and talk at the same time.
I know. I'm looking at
Okay.
these.
It'll be a special town meeting on December 6th, 2012. Possible discussion of any conservation warrant articles. At this time.
I should tell you that the warrant's already closed anyway, so that's sort of a
Okay.
moot point, sorry.
Okay, fine. Takes care of that. Discussion of state and DEP's document case entitled Mass DEP Natural Disaster Guidance, so on and so forth, and accompanying regulations. Was that in the
It should be in your
yeah,
packet.
document? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, I just thought that it would be good for you to see.
Does this have, so this doesn't have a time limit or anything?
My understanding that is that it's for this particular storm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think this is a general, and it does state very explicitly that the only things that are allowed are things that specifically pertain to damage done by Hurricane Sandy, but any other work or actions in wetland resource areas are not allowed and are not permitted pursuant to these emergency
We
regulations.
didn't have anything in Carver anyways, did we?
I
No,
don't think
but-
so.
We had a little bit of something, but nothing like what anybody else had. But it's just, I think it's actually good that they're giving us a little guidance. And they probably felt they needed to issue this more for, coastal towns too.
Yeah, 'cause this looks like roadways that got washed out along large areas. I mean, they're talking minor repairs are gonna be fine. Anything major, you're still gonna have to come in front of the boards to address them, so. But I'm saying, I don't know, I haven't heard anything in major in Carver that got washed out.
Not in the other Betsy folder.
So that's fine.
Oh, this one.
Oh, it's not, I think. No. Looks like that was to go with it, though. That's really interesting.
Yeah,
I don't have one of them.
I don't have one of those. You pick up the minutes. They crumble.
I don't think we have a quorum for the August 15th, do we? Judy wasn't here, so is that a vote?
Well, you would have a quorum of a quorum, because Judy could abstain.
Yeah, that's,
So, one of the problems is considering how much detail really needs to go into these minutes, as we've discovered. Our minutes are really pretty good, but I'm going to make a suggestion that that you let me review these, maybe? Is it okay before? Just see, because I don't really know how to, that's one of the reasons I want to get to this discussion of the recording secretary, because if someone requests some of these minutes and they really don't spell out things the way they do, even though it's unintentional, we'll just have to go back and do what we did on that October meeting. And
we began the conversation, and it's on the agenda, of hiring a recording secretary.
correct.
Have there been any further developments in regards to hiring a secretary?
Yes, so you all asked me at a previous meeting to talk with Rick Lafon, the town administrator, and I did. And his feeling was that that it would, the appropriate thing to do would be, we could ask Peg, since she's already our departmental administrative assistant, if she wanted to take this on, we would be able to pay her out of the Wetlands Protection Fee Fund, because that is one of the things you can use that for. But that since she's union, obviously she couldn't go over the 19 hours. That's the magic number where the benefits kick in, so it couldn't go over that
19 hours per what?
per week.
Okay, so that's no big deal.
So while I know that Peg's here in the audience observing, it's probably better if we don't get into a discussion with her about this, but I did want you to know that, I will talk to her, and if that's something she's willing to do, if you guys are willing to do, that would work out.
I think that was what the inclination of the board was to want to do at one point, and then it was a question as to the formalities of how to be able to do that. So if that gets worked out, then I would think that that's the way the board would want to pursue this.
Right.
Without prolonging it to, while Peg is in the room, I wonder if she'd like to step out for a glass of water or something. so we can bring this to a head and conclusion.
What's that? Excuse me?
Take that out because this is really bad. There's a lot of confusion here.
Oh. So Peg brought to my attention that, yeah, I think she's right, that can't happen until 6 months after resignation from the commission.
Which would be,
January, February?
Maybe something like that. I'd have to check. I don't remember the exact date.
so, go ahead, sorry.
So she can't come off, she can't be a secretary until after she's been resigned for 2
6 months.
months?
I think that's correct. That sounds right to me. I can check on that.
Well,
It's getting so complex.
I
well, I
know.
mean, I think it sounds hard, but when you think about the scheduling with the holidays that we'll go through and stuff, we're gonna soon be in January anyways, she's gonna be there, and I think that if we could, I assume it doesn't matter who we pay. I think we could find somebody, I'm pretty sure that we could find a substitute person that would be willing to come in until she became available to be able to, that position would become available. We could get somebody on a temporary basis until that position was available for her.
Right. Yes, we could. And the other thing that kind of complicates it a little bit is to get that other person on a temporary basis, you probably have to advertise. And then, and that gets very.
Well, no, I mean, I'm saying somebody in a temporary basis. I mean, I think if we know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, we've gone this long doing it.
Right.
I think if everybody takes a turn one more time per meeting,
I see what
I
you're saying.
think we're out to where she is anyways.
Right.
So I would donate my free services for one additional date. I'm sure that fellow board members would follow, I would hope. that-
I've already taken care of.
I skip them all the time anyway, so. But I'm just saying, I think we could probably carry the load until that date comes, knowing that the light is at the end of the tunnel.
Okay.
And that would be my suggestion to, I guess,
You're looking for a motion?
I don't know if I'm looking for a motion, or
No.
just table this, hiring of a recording secretary and table it until February, or whatever the date
Yeah.
that is permissible, and then we'll readdress it in that month. I just don't think we need to take a vote.
Right.
We're gonna keep things status quo until that date comes available.
Right. That sounds good to me.
So I think it could stay, I mean, either can come off the agenda and then re-put it on in February, or leave it on there every week, every meeting, and just pass it, I guess. I don't think it really matters,
Okay.
but that would be what I would suggest. And during that time, I guess it would give, it sounds like you guys know the legality of it already, so as long as everything would get situated. I don't know what the rate, was there a rate that was discussed for a recording secretary?
No, we've never discussed a rate. That's probably determined partly by the union. And I know that certain similar situations have come up with other departments where someone from, Department A served as a recording secretary.
Who hires the recording secretary for us?
We would hire them.
Okay, now would you as the agent, or we as the board?
Well, no, it would be Rick. Rick is the hiring authority, the town
So
administrator.
he would figure the compensation even that came out of our funds?
Yep, he would be the one in concert with whatever the union sets those rates at.
Okay, that's,
Yep. Yep.
that's fine. So
And
we
it-
don't need any type of vote down the road as far as us trying to figure it out. I think that works out better, that it
Yep.
goes from that way anyways. So I think
Yeah,
that.
no, I could be wrong, I actually think it's inappropriate for you guys to
No,
vote.
no,
so-
I like that better. I
Yeah.
would rather have that be set by somebody that's not involved with this committee or hasn't been.
Right,
So I like that.
no, yeah, Rick is in charge of that, I
So
mean,
that's good. So the only thing we have to do when a date comes available is to vote that we want a recording secretary at that time
Tell Rick,
and tell Rick.
in town.
right?
Well, I don't know that you have to vote for that, actually, but
Yeah, I don't even think we do.
we've had discussions about it, it's very clear you need one, I mean, I can convey that to him.
Well, we already voted that we did want one.
Well, yeah, that's true, but not tonight, anyway, but, yeah.
No, but I'm saying. So, okay.
Okay. Hold on, let me just take a couple of notes here.
Oh, God, need a stapler. Oh, this is so bad.
What's the matter?
Nothing, there's just such a lot of information available here, and it seems to have gotten a little garbled. So, minutes with different pages interleaved in between them.
That's all we have left, right? It's just the minutes.
I think she said we're gonna hold off on them.
Are we gonna hold off on those minutes?
That's up to you guys.
Yeah, let's hold off on those. This is,
I move we hold off on the minutes till a later meeting.
I don't think you have to move,
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
So then,
It's
do
a
we
short
need-
version.
Is that all done? Are we, then the business is concluded?
Yes.
We can close.
So you can vote to adjourn?
trying to find my present agenda.
I think it is.
This is it. There we are, November 7th, found that again. Yep, let's see.
See.
That does conclude the business for tonight. So, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn.
Aye.
Any those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?